Who do you guys think has more pressure going into Game 3? Going to Miami,
Denver.
Game 3 on Wednesday. Who's the pressure on that?
There's
Denver.
always more pressure on the Heat.
Oh, all right. All right, Chuck, go ahead. For you, from the Heat perspective, let's hear it.
They're coming home. All those Miami Heat fans are super happy. And all of a sudden, the undrafted others might feel a little moxie with them, where now the Nuggets are up against the wall, who've been crying all year about being that team. I still think Miami still might win, but I feel the pressure's on Miami. And I think that the difference is that there's enough of that. I hate to use that word again because I like to keep culture to culture.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, right.
But the Heat culture is just going to just be relentless in pushing these guys. And it's more than Spoelstra. It's everything that's going to remind a Strus, a Vincent, a Martin, that, yo, man, you hungry, your belly not full. Remember that. You got to get it. Where I don't think it's the same in Denver. I think it's mile high, high mile, and we're going to take a weed break if we don't win. It's that the whole city and state is just like, okay, oh well.
Happy to be there. Just happy to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think there's enough of that. It's just a lot in South Florida with that. And you know what? I call it the Wizard of Rileyhood. Take him out of it. I don't know what that thing would be down there. But he's still there sitting like Al Pacino in the back.
Yeah.
It has something to do with it. But the pressure is going to be on the Heat. And I just think they'll persevere. But that pressure is on the Heat because they got a lot to live up to beside Game 3. It's just that it's a lot. It's a lot for them right now. They're smelling a little bit.
Al, you say the Nuggets. How come?
I say that because I think I like Chuck's answer, by the way, for Miami. I like that perspective. But the word the topic I'm gonna use from Chuck is, crying about it. You got to show up if you're going to keep crying about it. Because if you don't bounce back, if you don't play at the high level that we've seen throughout the regular season, then I just don't believe you're that team. Then all this crying, you just want to be recognized for something, and you're not really all about it. If you're all about it, you come back, you punch Miami in the mouth, you come out, win this game, and you show why. You say, we have the talent, we have the size advantage, we have 2 top players that we can rely on. We're talking about Miami's role players buying in. Our guys can buy in too. I think if you're going to do that much, complaining, saying that we don't get the recognition for how talented we are and where we are right now, and you can even go back to the coverage of LeBron James fake saying that he may retire just because he doesn't want to be talked about being swept, and how that got more coverage than the Nuggets just sweeping the Lakers. And you're angry about that. Well, come back and show us why you believe you should be talked about so greatly, because good teams will be able to do that. They'll be able to fight. They'll be able to show what they have in the tank. And Miami's showing you. Can Denver do it? That's the question.
I'm going with Denver, man. I'm going with Denver. Because, again, all this talk, especially in this series, was that Denver's just a class above. They've got the talent. They've got the Joker. The back-to-back MVP should have been third. We've talked about Joker's brilliance. Then it's Coach Malone. We need respect. Nobody's talking about us. It's always about the Lakers. I mean, you had Bill Simmons saying that this Nuggets team was the best team since the 2017-2018 Warriors that swept the Cavs in the finals.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
You gotta
He's
earn
out
that.
of his mind.
Yeah, that sounded like just hot take city. But you which is what these guys do best. But you gotta earn that. And so
Right.
This is why Mike Malone is pressing the panic button after Game 2 in the huddle after the postgame. That postgame press conference was an intentional shot to his team. You guys better wake up, because this team in Miami, they are coming for blood. They want that championship. They are well coached. They are tough. They are gritty. Jimmy and Bam are leading them in the physicality and the toughness. They got shooters all over the court. You can't sleep. And so I think the pressure's on Denver now because they've been out to prove to the league since they got to the playoffs as number 1 seed. They've been out to prove to the league that they're not the same old Nuggets. Right? This is not the same old bridesmaid year after year after year that comes up soft, doesn't have the mental toughness to get through the endurance test that is the NBA playoffs. They want to show that. So I think the pressure's on them.
I'll remove the Heat and the Nuggets, and I'll say all that pressure's on Mr. New York Mike Malone.
Well, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And he knows.
I'm glad that you said that, Chuck. I'm glad that you said that because I was thinking that not necessarily those words, but you think about how you watch that Miami Heat team, everyone from the players to the coach connected. They don't waver. They're focused, disciplined.
Yeah.
Nothing. They don't crack under pressure. Mike Malone, we'll see how connected this team is. He just aired them out. Right?
This is adversity for them. This is the first time.
It's adversity. How does his team respond now? Because you have to know the pulse of the locker room, what to say, what buttons to push in order to get these guys motivated. If Denver responds, then we see that we got an even match here because we know how Spoelstra can get his guys connected. If Malone can do this, we got some top tier coaching. If they fold under this, look, I know we saw a lot of coaches get fired this season, and he's been there for a long time, but Denver may have to start considering, is this the guy? They probably won't do anything this year, just made it to the finals, but is this the guy that will take us there if he's starting to lose the connection during the finals?
Wait, listen, I'll put it to you this way. Listen, this is the team the Knicks beat twice with Randall diving for a loose ball.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. Julius Randle dives and beats them by diving for a loose ball. Your team has to not be fully awake.
I mean, E. Gibson in the chat says, Nuggets haven't been here before. I still question their defense. Miami can handle the pressure and have the experience. It's new territory for the Nuggets, man. So, going to be very interesting to see how they emerge and how they handle. You have to figure Game 3, Heat coming in there with their home crowd behind them. They're going to try to, again, start fire away from 3. Try to put some more pressure on these guys. Going to be very interesting to see how Denver weathers that storm. 9-0 up to this point. They hadn't lost since March back at home, man.
The great Isaiah Thomas, NBA champion twice, NCAA champion Hall of Famer, said this almost 40 years ago. At this stage, it's not a matter of skills, it's a battle of wills.
Endurance test, man. Endurance test. Absolutely. Well said there. Well said, Chuck.